Lost my.
Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all thy sons command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God.
Of the Winnipeg High School Football League between the Oak Park Raiders and the Sisler Spartans. Welcome to the LRSD stream of the Winnipeg High School football games from the United Way Bowls. I want to thank you for joining us. My name is Brian Cameron and I'm joined by Greg Kiesman, and we look forward to bringing you our third game this evening. Just finished going through two other games, a couple of pretty good games that we got an opportunity to enjoy. Looking forward to a great game between two new teams.
Yeah, so we have Sisler Spartans at 4-1 and Oak Park Raiders that are 0-4-1, so winless. Exciting Potter game. We have obviously Sisler is competing real hard here for a playoff spot and rankings in terms of how they finish up the year and who's going to play who in the playoffs. So what we're seeing here is we're going to have Oak Park kicking off to Sisler. Oak Park is going from our left to right. There's a decent wind out here in Investors Group going from our right to left. So we'll see if the wind plays any factor in today's game.
And we're away. And a great kick will be picked off, taken at about the 8-yard line, sticking to the right side, trying to go into the middle, but covered quite well on the play by Oak Park, and will get up to about the 23, 24-yard lines, and that is where Sisler will take the first offense of the game tonight.
Looked like Stephen Koniak had that kickoff return for Sisler.
And he's one of those guys that we're going to be watching and hearing a lot about tonight, I believe. Him and his brother being Tyler Koniak, who will be the future quarterback for Sisler tonight. Had a great game last week against Dakota. Now the first play will hand off and go inside. And we will see a lot of this, I believe, because I saw a lot of this last week. I had the opportunity to watch, or the privilege of watching the first game at Murray Field against Dakota Collegiate last week. And, Tyler made quite a lot of use of his running back, big running back, Braden Desjarlais. And I think we'll see that a lot tonight, Greg.
Yeah, I'm sure they're going to feed the machine there. So it's what, second and 7, second and 8?
So Cognac will look to pass, and he will go to his right and find his receiver, or had a receiver open in the middle, but just slightly overthrew him, so that falls incomplete.
Chandra Mario was the intended receiver. He had him open, but he was just a little bit over top of his outstretched hand. So unfortunately for Sisler, it's a 2 and out. And I do have to tell the audience that I am a former Sisler coach, spending about 16 years there at Sisler as a teacher and football coach. So
I promise I will say nice things about Sisler tonight.
I'm counting on that. So this will be our first opportunity to see Oak Park offense after this punt return.
So number 16, Rivaldo Garcia will kick the ball away. Sorry, that's not. It's actually Tyler Cognac kicked the ball away. I had Rivaldo Garcia listed as the kicker, but taken on the play at about the 50-yard line, and Oak Park will start their first offense at about the 38-yard line of Sisler. So great starting position for their first offense.
Jesse Dudich on that punt return for Oak Park. So this is our first opportunity to see Oak Park. Number 3 is in at quarterback. Looks like number 3 from up here at least.
We got on our list as number 30. Yeah, number 3. So he will look to his left side and try to throw to his receiver, but good coverage on the play by the Sisler defender when that ball will fall incomplete. Second down.
Pass was to number 8, Oliver Spencer. And like you said, Brian, there was good coverage on the throw to the wide receiver on that one by the Sisler corner.
So this time he'll go under center. Drops back and throw it out to his left side and incomplete just outside of the fingertips of number 17 from Oak Park, Jesse Dudich. So Oak Park will also go 2 and out to start their offensive series this evening, giving the ball back to the Sisler Spartans, and might be a bit out of the range of their field goal kicker, so it'll be interesting to see what they do.
Gotta get that outside, man.
So 2 and outs for both offenses here.
Punting on the blade, and it lands out of bounds at about they're giving him the 11-yard line. So that's where Sisler will take over for their second offense.
Some boisterous fans out here tonight at the Investors Group field.
There aren't a lot. There aren't a lot of them,
no,
Greg, but they're boisterous.
They are. So Sisler's at their 15 and a half yard line.
Hands off the ball to his rival Desjardins, who will go to his right side and get tackled at about the 20-yard line. So it's a good 4 or 5 yard gain.
It's a hard player to bring down. He's got when he gets his legs going there.
He's a big boy too.
Yep. Ran over a couple DBs there. Looks like number 21's down for Oak Park. So just reading up a couple bios here, Tyler Cognac is a Triple Crown winner, has won the Offensive and Defensive and Special Teams Player of the Week for the Spartans.
So 2nd and 6. Injured player comes off the field, number 21 from Oak Park. And he's hobbled pretty good, so it will be interesting to see if we see him back in the game again. So play is blown dead before it really gets started. So in the shotgun, Koniak takes the ball back, and he will look inside and get his receiver, who's caught immediately on the play for a gain of about 5 or 6 yards. It'll be close to the first down.
Number 3
Oh,
on the...
no, it is a first down. They're giving him 7 or 8 yards on that play. So first down for Sisler when they will have the first down of the game today.
So it's Tyler Koniak to Stephen Koniak for the first down.
Brother to brother.
Nice job of the Oak Park Raiders to swarm to the football and make that tackle.
First and 10 from the 28-yard line. 8 minutes left in the first quarter. Koniak will hand off to the inside. Goes Braden Desjardins. Appears to be a gain of about 5 yards. So 2nd and 5 from the 33-yard line. Koniak continues in the shotgun. Ball is a high snap, and he will hand it to Jarley, who will find some room to his left side, and will eventually be tackled at about the 45-yard line. Great blocking up front by the Sisler Spartan offensive line.
That was a great run off left tackle there. Good job by the Spartan offensive line to create a hole there. Good job by the running back too. One of the things that coaches always teach is ball always on the outside arm, and you could see the running back switching the ball from right to left there.
So 1st and 10 from the 45-yard line. Again, Koniak hunts the ball to Desjardins, who finds room up the middle and will get about 8-9 yards on the play.
Once again, great job by the O-line just to get a good push up front. Now it's going to be, 2nd and about 1. So nice job by the Spartans offensive line.
All right, so 2nd and 1 from the 54-yard line. And Koniak will hand the ball off to Desjardins, but he is caught short, and it might be actually short of the first down. I don't see him crossing the 55-yard line. Yeah, they're going to call him short of the first down, so it'll be interesting to see if they go for it, and it looks like they will.
Sisler shuffles off one player each series here, and that player will bring in the offensive play. They don't tend to signal in the offense here. Again, it's 3rd and short, and they're in shotgun or pistol formation.
And they hand off to Jarley. Flag on the play, almost right away. Has enough for the first down and more. We'll just see what the call on the flag is. Offside Sisler, so that will come back, and I'm sure that Oak Park will accept the penalty. And they do.
Well, that's going to, unfortunate turn of events for Sisler, forcing them into a 3rd and 6 situation, so they're obviously going to punt. Well, it was good to see Sisler come out and establish their running game. That's obviously going to be a key component to their offense today. A little bit of play action or misdirection. So I'm interested to see what Oak Park's going to do on their 2nd series here.
Also good to see that the Oak Park defense has been able to actually slow down the Sisler offense. A team that hasn't won a game this year has got to be looking to see what they can do to make something happen. So on the kickoff, number 17 from Oak Park grabs the ball and gets it up to about the 49-yard line. Good kick from the Sisler kicker.
Really good return. I mean, the return almost got back to the original yard markers here. Looks like there's a Sisler player down on the play here, though, so we're going to have a little bit of a timeout here.
Trying to get a number, looks like number 50. Zane Deere. But he will get up and walk himself off the field, and yeah, he seems to be okay. maybe just a bit winded.
I'm still here.
So 1st and 10 from the 49-yard line of Oak Park, and we wait for the whistle to be blown, and here we go. Underneath center. And moving up the middle is number 24 from Oak Park. Gets up to midfield stripe.
Lawrence Richards, I don't have him on my roster here, but the public address person has it. So 2nd down and about 3.
So 2nd and 4 from the midfield stripe. Quarterback gets into the ball, hands it off, and to the right side, but caught almost right away by the Sisler defense. So Richards is stacked up almost right away.
Well, this is a situation where they're obviously going to have to punt here because they didn't get enough yards. So another 2 and out for Oak Park, unfortunately. Now this isn't, Brian, this wouldn't be a bad spot to run a fake here. We got 3rd down, 3, maybe 4 yards.
From the midfield stripe?
Midfield stripe. Maybe we'll see our first fake of the night.
Ball's up. No, he's going to punt it away.
There's a flag down.
Not a bad kick. Picked up at about the 12, 13-yard line and going to his right side. Number 3 from Sisler. And a flag on the play.
2 flags now.
Right after the tackle was made.
So Stephen Cognac on the return there. So we'll see what the first flag. The flag was thrown right at the snap of the ball. So that kind of indicates to me either an offside or something along those lines. Now, the second one was probably an illegal block.
It came close to the time of the tackle, though, so that will be interesting.
Oh. So we have illegal procedure versus Oak Park and objectionable conduct versus Sisler. So Sisler will maintain possession of the ball. We'll let the Zebras decide where they're going to be lining up the ball.
So unnecessary roughness against Sisler was accepted. And so that's going to push the ball back, and Sisler will start deep in its own end zone at their own 10-yard line.
Well, let's see if Sisler can get out of the shadows of their own goalpost.
Here we go then, 1st and 10 from the 10-yard line. 3:34 left in the first quarter. And Cognac will throw the ball up and going after it and catches the ball is number. What a great catch and what a great throw and catch.
Number 3.
His brother, Stephen.
Brother to brother.
And
Nice
showing
play.
some great speed on the play with Stephen Cognac, and will push the ball down to all the way down to the Oak Park side of the playing field, to the 38-yard line of Oak Park.
Really nice. If we get a replay on that, you'll see that the quarterback really sold that there was a handoff or a run play on that, and then he came up and threw it. So really nice fake. Well, that's going to change the field, hey? Like now it's now they're in the Oak Park side of the field.
Cognac hands off to Desjardins, who will move to his right side and finds room and will bust open and eventually get pulled down at about the 18-yard line. Great blocking up front for Desjardins, made some room for him, and I'll tell you, when that young man gets going, he's going to be hard to stop.
Oh, look at his thighs. They look like tree trunks.
Yeah. When he gets ahead of steam, he's going to be hard to bring down.
Here's a replay of the run. So again, he's transferring the ball to the outside hand, which is great job. Great job coaching. Great job by the player to do that. Reduces the amount of fumbles.
So 1st and 10 from the 18-yard line, 17-yard line, and Cognac will handle a draw play right up the middle. Getting down to about the 9-yard line is Desjardins again, who's finding some great success.
You know, he's got great vision as well. Like, you know, there's guys coming up, upfield penetration on him and stuff like that. So he's got great vision, great ability to avoid those first initial hits. You can see that the Sisler offensive line is physically dominating the Oak Park D-line right now.
2nd and 2, and he will hand to Desjardins, who will push it up the middle and should have enough to the first down, but stopped at about the 6-yard line, maybe 7-yard line. Yeah, they're indicating the 6-yard line, so that should be enough for a first down.
First trip to the red zone for the Spartans.
Pretty much been all Desjardins so far, really, when you think about it, other than that one passing play. Desjardins just been chipping away. What I mean is through the whole game. Cognac stands back in the shotgun, hands to Desjardins, who will find something to the right side and goes in for the touchdown. Touchdown, Sisler Spartans.
Well, right now, Oak Park defense is catching. They're not pushing upfield. They're just catching the blocks. So unless that changes, this could be a long night for that front seven for Oak Park.
So we'll wait for the point after. Up, and it's through, and that's I noticed that's also number 50, who was the injured player for Sisler a few minutes ago. So he puts it through to put the score up to 7-0 Sisler.
Well, first score of the game. Sisler was hemmed in on their own yard, about their own 10-15 yard line. So to move the ball all the way down and score 90 plus yards on that drive, that's pretty impressive. So earlier today we had two other games. We had a Curry Division game, and we saw Daniel Mack defeat West Kildonan. In our second game, we had Garden City versus Vincent Massey. It's a Potter Division game, and Vincent Massey was able to defeat Garden City. Today is our last game, and Sisler is now up 7-0 against Oak Park.
This is our last game. Tomorrow we have 3 more games, right?
Yep, today's the last, or this is the last game for today. We're back here doing 3 more tomorrow.
So I encourage you all to join us. Kickoff from the 45-yard line, comes down at about the 26-yard line and skips out of bounds at about the 21. Flag is up.
So Park will get the ball, I think, at about the 40-yard line.
Well, let's see if Oak Park can respond to the touchdown from the Sisler Spartans.
So number 3 is Thomas Hubbard, their quarterback. See how he does. Heard a rumor that he was only in grade 10, so that's great to see a young kid coming into a situation where they can get lots of playing time at a high level.
So he will start under center at his own 40-yard line. Pitch back to number 14, who will find some room on the left side. Covered on the play, and then eventually tackled at about the 50-yard line.
Boy, some nice blocks on that play by Oak Park. The receivers were cracking down on Sisler defensive linemen, and that was all blocks by the wide receivers. You'll see her crack on the defensive end and lead blocks coming around the edge. Nice block on number 22 there.
So that's number 14, Eric Rivera Ospina. Great run. So 1st and 10, and Hubbard will go under center again. Step back and pitch back again. Flag on the play, and they will blow the play dead on this one. I think it was offside Oak Park.
Yeah, we got some red on the field here, or orange, or pink. We've seen pink and orange today.
We have at least one referee using a pink flag tonight.
And you'll notice that some of the referees have pink whistles, and some of the players are wearing pink socks and tape, obviously for cancer awareness.
So that would be a 5-yard penalty, make it 1st and 15 from the 54-yard line. Hubbard continues right under center with 2 backs. He'll go back, and he looks to throw this time, and he puts the ball up in the air. Pretty much anybody's ball ended up being well out of reach of one of his receivers.
Not bad arm strength. I mean, that's a pretty far throw for a young quarterback to make. So there's the quarter.
So that's the first quarter of the third game tonight. Score is 7-0 for Sisler over top of the Oak Park Raiders.
Coach DeGrave over at Sisler Spartans must be happy with the startup of the game.
So we switch ends as we get ready for the second quarter. And Oak Park will continue, but 2nd and 15. Looking to see if they can keep this drive going. Just waiting for the ball to be blown in. Hubbard starts under center. Drops back, he's looking to pass, and he will throw the ball up for a receiver, but it's intercepted on the play by number 7 from Sisler. Sisler would take over from their own 38-yard line. Great read and great pickoff by Austin Balin from the Sisler Spartans, and they will take over and move the ball back in their direction.
Pass was intended for Presley Solar McKay. Good job. I mean, obviously he wasn't going to make the catch on that, but a good job to bring down the Sisler DB.
Let's go!
So on 1st and 10, Koniak hands to Mr. Reliable, and he heads to the right side and gets about 5 yards on the play.
That's a pickup of 5, 2nd and 5.
So 2nd and 5 Sisler.
Braden Jarley continues to move the ball well this evening. So that'd be 2nd and 5 from the 45-yard line. Koniak continues to work the shotgun. Hands it off again to DeJarley, who will move a bit to his left and find lots of room and will end up being brought down at about the midfield stripe.
He's just churning up yards like crazy here.
Yeah, they're having a tough time bringing him down and covering him.
First down as he's tripped up on the...
Well, if it ain't broke, why fix it, right? So
keep going with what's working.
That's right. If you're picking up anywhere between 5 and 10 yards of carry, that's good in my books.
So that will make it 1st and 10 from the midfield stripe, or just this side of the midfield stripe. Koniak back, and this time he looks to pass him, has a quick out, but it's intercepted, and there is nothing between number 34 from Oak Park and the end zone except Koniak will recover. Number 34 makes a move around him and goes in to score the touchdown. So Oak Park brings himself back into the game again. Luke Lauren.
Looking at the replay here, it looks like the ball was kind of passed in between both the wideout and the slot back there. So a little bit of confusion on that throw. And Luke Lauren obviously just in the right spot at the right time. Nobody in front of him. Actually, quarterback did a good job. Tyler did a good job of cutting him off there, but just not the right angle to bring him down.
That makes the score 7-6 as we wait for the point after attempt.
What did I just say? If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
That's right.
That was fucked.
You do got to mix things up, though. I mean, you got to change. You can't expect the same thing all the time. But that being said, they are moving things well with Braden. But that makes the score now 7-all. 10 minutes and 11 seconds left in the second quarter of our third game this evening.
Well, that brings the Oak Park bench alive for sure. Pretty pumped up about that big play. It's always nice being a defensive player to put 6 on the board for your team. The only bad thing about that is now you got to go back out on the field after you've run 50 yards.
So Oak Park gets themselves set up for their kickoff after the touchdown. Looks like number 2 Presley Solar McKay will be kicking off to give the ball back to the Sisler Spartans. And the kick is up, and it's a great kick. It'll push the kick returner back to the 18-yard line. We'll take it up and get up to about the 31-yard line. Will eventually be gang tackled and brought down there. Flag up on the play. Little extracurricular after that one, as I saw people getting a little taking exception to some of the way things are being handled.
Number 36 from Oak Park is a little bit aggressive on that play. Again, he's not on the roster, so I don't know who that is.
So we're waiting for the call on the flag, whether it was actually against him or the Sisler player who was actually down on that one. It is against Sisler and it is against Oak Park. So each one will take offsetting penalties.
So the penalties will cancel each other out. Ball will stay exactly where it was.
So first and 10 from their own 31-yard line. Sisler will start their next offensive series. And I'm curious, Greg, it looks to still say 10 minutes and 11 seconds left in the quarter. I thought that's what it was before the kickoff, but Koniak hands the ball off to Jajarle, who will go to his right side, find a little bit of room, gets about 4 or 5 yards on the play.
Nice tackle by Eric Rivera Ospina, number 14. Not a very big guy, but he was able to take the running back nice and low and take away his legs.
So it looks like 2nd and 5 from the 36-yard line. High snap, but handled and caught on the play almost right away is Jajarle. He will get nothing. In fact, will probably lose a couple yards.
Dima Libushenko. Sorry if I mispronounced that. Great tackle on the play, number 1. That's about the 4th or 5th time I've seen a high snap like that. So I hope that Sisler can go over and quarterback and center can start working on that, because you got to bring those snaps down. The timing is, when it's a high snap, we'll just throw off the timing on those run plays and pass plays.
And I have to believe that did contribute to Jajarle being caught so easily in the backfield like he was. So Sisler will be punting. Kick is up. Oh, not a great kick, off to the right side and out of bounds. No chance for an Oak Park player to catch that ball and return it. So Oak Park will get great field position to start their next series.
Will take over with the first down with pretty good field position. The ball is spotted on the...
Yeah, Tyler Koniak punted that, and you could tell he's not very happy with that kick.
I save you. I save you.
So they will be starting from the Sisler Spartan almost 50-yard line. Hubbard lines under center. Drops back and hands off, and there is a bit of a room up the middle.
No surprise there, just a straight smash mouth type of offensive run play. So good blocking up front by the Oak Park goal line.
Run on the play by number 34, Luke Lauren. Second and 4 with 8:19 left in the second quarter. Score is tied 7-all. Hubbard drops back and looks to pass on a short one, but is well behind his intended receiver, number 17, Ben Boyko.
So on that play, if we get a replay or on those quick hitting plays, you'll notice the O line will just try to cut the defensive line down and knock their hands down. Well, looks like we're exchanging punt teams back and forth here. So we'll see what kind of kick we get here and how Sisler comes out and if they're going to run or throw.
Ball's back. The punt is up. Good punt by Presley Solar McKay, but will be out of bounds at about the... I'm trying to figure out where the ref is going to give him. 22-yard line. So Sisler will start from its own 22-yard line, 1st and 10.
So last series, Oak Park came out with a 5-2, 5 D linemen and 2 linebackers. Going to see if they come out in that formation again. Looks like they have done that again. So basically their goal here is to put a D lineman on each offensive lineman and free up a linebacker to go one-on-one with the running back.
Another high snap, but still corralled, brought down, but they seem to be tracking down Desjardins pretty quickly now.
Great job by 15, Eric DuPont coming around the corner there and make the play. So I think Oak Park kind of figuring out here a little bit what this was all about after a little bit of a shaky first quarter.
Limited that run to only 1 yard. Really have only seen that one big pass play from Sisler so far, and I'm wondering if we're going to start to see them having to pass the ball, given that Desjardins, they seem to be figuring out what to do with them. I'm looking for, it looks to me like they're going to pass on this play. A pitch out to the right, taken by number 2 from Sisler, Easton Montour.
Looks like he's a little short of the first down here. Nice little pitch. Nice cutback. Good flow from the Oak Park defense to come across, make the play. Looks like Coach DeGrave is going to punt the ball away here.
It's pretty much a full yard, maybe a yard and a bit. You know, given that he's this deep in his own end zone, it's probably a good idea.
Well, let's see if this punt is a little bit better. The last one was only maybe about a 15-yard punt out of bounds. So. Now it looks like Oak Park is calling timeout here, and they might have had too many players on the field.
6:21 left in the second quarter. The score is tied 2-all. Sisler had only 1 yard to go to get the first down, but they're choosing to punt.
Looks like they might be going for it.
Looks like they've changed their mind. They're bringing in the big boys.
Giving them a little bit of time to think about this. They're going to maybe think about going for it.
So the Oak Park coaches are telling the secondary boys to push it right up. Play is whistled in. Koniak lines up right under center this time. Hands the ball back to Desjardins, and he will be close to the first down.
It's going to be close. He had early contact in the backfield there. Great job by the Oak Park defense to penetrate.
From what I can see, Coach, it's a first down. Yes, it is. They're calling it a first down, so Sisler will keep the ball.
On their own 33-yard line.
Gutsy call. I wonder if Oak Park is regretting calling timeout on that play.
First and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Sisler's bringing 4 wideouts to this near side here.
Desjardins lines up behind Koniak this time. Another high pitch, and he will find some room inside to the right and would be tackled with flag on the play in the secondary away from where the run was.
You can see here field level, there's a huge hole there. Nice little run.
Oh, they are calling
Unnecessary roughness charged against Sisler.
Unnecessary roughness against Sisler.
That's a big penalty at this point. No, I can't. Could you tell, Greg, if it was after the play?
I couldn't tell. Look, well, it looks like they're going back to the original line of scrimmage and going back 10.
Unnecessary roughness, 15.
Ooh, 15.
Penalty moves the ball
Big
back
penalty
to
against
the
Sisler.
18-yard line.
So that
It'll
will
be
make this first and 25. Must have happened before the end of the play.
Yeah, before the end of the play. So
Koniak is looking to pass this time, and he's looking to his right. There's nothing there, so he's scrambling, trying to make something happen. And they're going to push him to the right side and eventually get him out of bounds at about the 23-yard line.
Keeps is run out of bounds by number 57.
So he will gain about 5 yards on the play, but that makes a long 20.
decent job here by number 57, the defensive end. I mean, Koniak's a pretty fast guy. So, I mean, the defensive end did not allow him to break contain there.
Oak Park is doing a good job of containing this Sisler offense so far.
Well, they're making them work hard for everything they get.
So Koniak's back, and, you know, he's definitely going to be looking to push. And he throws the ball up and knocked down and intercepted. Oh, sorry, pardon me. I guess it must have hit the ground, but I thought number 2 from Presley Solar McKay actually caught the ball, but good coverage on his play. So Sisler will be forced to punt the ball away this time.
They will for sure. It's third down and almost 20. So we'll see what Oak Park, they should get some pretty decent field position out of this. Again, Coach, there's still a few players running on and off the field. So there's a little bit of scramble in terms of how everyone's lining up. And you can see Sisler has 3 wideouts to the far side of the field. So I think they're going to try to angle that kick that direction.
Not a great kick, and in fact hit the ground, but picked up in a great kick considering, and off the fingertips of number 17 from Oak Park, who will grab it and then move up to the middle. Eventually tackled at about just short of the midfield stripe. So
runs the ball back
another one of those interesting plays.
A little bit of comedy of errors today in terms of that play. You can see here the snap was dropped. Koniak does a good job of just recovering it, getting a really good punt away, all things considered. And again, a fumble or a drop ball. So Hubbard's coming back out under center here for Oak Park.
They will start from their own 53-yard line, 1st and 10. We are just over 4 minutes left in the second quarter. Starts under center, drops back, and hands the ball off, and there will be a bit of room to the right side.
Nice little counter play by Oak Park. pulling both guard and tackle from the backside and handing it off deep. A little bit of misdirection. Gain of about 5. I know those old linemen like to get out in front and start running a little bit, but not too far.
So Hubbard starts under center again. Second and about 6, 5. Hands off, and this time go to the left side, but not much there. Tackled almost right away. Might get to the 50-yard line.
Vieira had a nice tackle there, stepping up. It's going to be short, so obviously Oak Park's going to punt it away. They're about 3. They need about 3 yards here.
So we're coming up to the. There's 3:05 left on the clock. We'll come to the 3-minute warning right away.
Solar McKay into punt. Lead for the Spartans, Stephen Cognac and Frank Vieira.
Great kick by Presley Solar McKay. It will go right over the head of the kick returner, number 11 from Sisler.
Vieira
Ends up out of bounds at about the 12-yard line, and that's where, with 2 minutes and 44 seconds left in the second quarter, Sisler will take over on the next offensive series.
For most of the game, though, Sisler's been kind of hemmed in their own end. Like, they haven't had great field position. Well, let's see if Sisler's offense can get back on track. Are they going to get out from the shadows of their own goalposts?
And I will tell you, actually, from the Dakota game last week that I watched, Greg, it was actually a rather quiet first half for Sisler, and then they kind of exploded in the second half. So we're going to see if that's going to happen tonight. Hand off again to Desjarlais, who will cut, but is caught almost right away. Great tackle on the play by number 14 from Eric Rivera Ospina.
Gain of 1, 2nd and 9.
Great read and limits the gain to about 1.
Oak Park is not big, but they are quick. So they're definitely, now that they've kind of settled into the game a little bit, I think that they're realizing that, Desjarlais is, he's big, strong, and everything else, but they can also attack him and tackle him, bring him down.
So 2nd and 9. Desjarlais lines in behind Cognac, gets the ball. It's caught right away, fumbles, but manages to get the ball back. But will be tackled for a loss. A loss of about 3 on the play, actually, Greg.
Again, Oak Park's defensive line is just getting upfield and getting contact in the backfield.
And for whatever reason, they've managed to figure out what's going on and how to read what Sisler's doing with Desjarlais. And, he's been limited to some much shorter runs than we saw at the start of the game.
Well, one of the things that's, I think, hurting Sisler is those high snaps. It's slowing down the ability of the quarterback to read what the D-line is doing on those reads. So if they could lower those snaps, get it a little bit better, it'd be a better situation.
So Cognac takes the ball from his own end zone, and he will run it out, and he will find some room. Flag down on the play, though, and he will get pushed out of bounds at about the 23-yard line, which would be enough for a first down, but let's see what the flag says. And from what it appears, I see a couple of frustrated hands go up from the Sisler Spartans side, so this is against them. So what was a great play, a great gain, actually will end up coming back. And
well, with this penalty, Coach DeGrave has to consider taking or giving up a 2-point option here just to win, because I know that Sisler's been hemmed into their own zone here for a while. That way you could reverse the field a little bit. You still have 1 minute and 38 seconds left. If you're able to hem Oak Park into their own zone, if they kick off, hem them in, you still have a little bit of time left.
Yeah.
But if you're kicking it now, you're going to give them the ball probably about the 30 or 40-yard line.
So 3rd and 17, and Cognac will kick from his own end zone, much deeper this time, in fact, from his own end zone.
And kick it into a wind here.
And he will kick it. And it is blocked. And this time it's caught in the air, and he will be brought down for a safety. Caught on the play by number, sorry, I'm trying to catch the Sisler player's number.
Number 21 on the block. Ivan Mugisha on the block.
And so with that 2-point safety, Oak Park takes the lead with 1:31 left in the second quarter of our third game tonight from Investors Group Field.
Well, it looks like Oak Park has just elected to take the ball on their own 35-yard line here. So, again, if Sisler's defense can come up and do get a 2-0 out with 1:31 left, that's still a lot of time to put points on the board. Conversely, Oak Park has 1:30 to march the ball down and put some points on the board themselves.
Would you have taken the ball on the 30-yard line, Greg, or would you have had them kick to you?
Good question. I guess whatever you have the most confidence in, you put them on the field. With Oak Park, they probably want to have as much time on the clock for their offense, so put the offense out there.
I guess that's why I was thinking 1:31 as Hubbard hands off and going to the right side is
Kristen Lawrence Richards carries.
Richards on the carry. Rivera Espina, right?
Yep. Just 1:31 left in the game there. I thought that would have been lots of time, and he's kicking into the wind or making them kick to you into the wind. I might have taken the kick.
Maybe. You know, when you put out your offense, you know you have the ball in your hand. Nobody can short kick it or anything else.
True enough.
So you know you're going to have the ball.
So 2nd and 8. Hubbard starts under center. 2 tailbacks. And he's looking to pass, and he's going to his left side and throwing to the outside and caught. And they're saying complete.
Nice catch by 17.
Nice
Ben Boyko.
Ben Boyko from Oak Park. Nice catch. He's looking a little like he limp. Appearing to me he might be limping a little bit, but he's staying in the game.
With the ball on the 54-yard line.
What a great catch. What a nice throw and great catch on that play. You could see Boyko was able to drag his foot in, to keep one foot in bounce on that play.
So 56 seconds left. 1st and 10 from the 54-yard line. And Oak Park will continue to march the ball.
Is it not working? Or what?
Hubbard's back, and he will hand off again, and finding some room right up the middle. It's number 14 from Oak Park, and tackled at about the 36-yard line. Number 14, Eric Riviera Espina. Great run, great blocking by his offensive line, Greg.
Yeah, you know what? It's the momentum has switched. I mean, earlier in the game, Sisler was pounding and stuff like that. Now it's clearly Oak Park is really taking control of the game here. There's still 43 seconds left in the half. They're marching down. They might be able to put some points on the board here.
1st and 10 from Sisler's 34-yard line. Hubbard, fumble the play, and he will have to. No, it's still live, and Sisler recovers, and in fact will take it. Oh, picked up on the play by number 40 from Sisler, Chris Gruette.
Chris Gruette, right place at the right time. Chris Gruette is also the leading leading defensive player in terms of sacks in the WHSFL. So he's trying to do a little scoop and score there. So with 24 seconds, Sisler might have a couple plays here to maybe get into scoring position.
They will take the ball from their own 41-yard line. And Koniak steps back ready in the shotgun still with Braden behind him. And he will throw the ball up deep. Well, pushed it out of the way. What do you think, Mr. Kiesman, with that?
You know what, that's a tough throw to make. I mean, you know that the Oak Park defense is going to sit back and keep everything in front of them, so that's a tough throw to make to the receiver.
Good coverage on the play, I think, by number 2, Presley Solar McKay from Oak Park. So 2nd and 10 from the 46-yard line. Koenig again looks to pass down the field. Finds a receiver open in the middle. It's his number 3, Koniak, who will turn the wheels on. And let me tell you, he's going to go all the way. Great run by Steve Koniak. Touchdown, Sisler.
Just like they drew it up. 7 seconds left in the half. That hurts Oak Park for sure.
And I got to tell you, reminiscent of the game against Dakota last week when I watched them score with 30 seconds left in the game to take the lead back. What a great play.
Good job by the quarterback here just to find him open over the middle. Mid-stride, beautiful throw, mid-stride, didn't have to slow down or anything.
So we look at the point after here with 7 seconds left in the second quarter. And the convert is good, making the score 14-9.
Here's the replay of the pass. Beautiful. Actually, maybe I wonder if the defender ran into the referee. Now that I've seen the replay, you could see the referee was knocked down. So I wonder if the sister receiver used the referee as a pick.
Well, we both know they're considered to be part of the field.
Absolutely.
So 7 seconds left, and Oak Park will wait for the kickoff.
Nice deep kick.
Picked up at about the 10-yard line, cutting to his right, number 21 from Oak Park, but tackled at about the 23, 24-yard line.
And that should be the end of the half.
That is the end of the half. Now we're hoping to head down to the field level for an interview right away. In the meantime, we're going to look at a few highlights. Great half of football so far, not as high scoring as what we've seen in the first couple games today, but good tight game. Going to be interesting second half, see what happens from both teams. This game could go either way. We're just getting ready to head down to field level, folks.
Hello and welcome back. We're down here with Coach Sean Asselmont from Sisler football team. Now, Coach, tell us, how do you see the match so far?
You know what, like so far it's been a little bit too close for comfort. We're going to try to pull away here in the second half. We just need to tighten up a little bit of things on offense and defense and avoid some penalties, and I think we'll be good to go.
Okay, so what will be your secret strategy for the next half of the game?
I think we just got to go with what's working and throw out what's not working and just try to play it like that.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. And now throwing it back to you, Mr. Brian Cameron and Mr. Greg Kidsman.
Okay, folks, we're just getting ready we're going to take a break for a few minutes here as we get ready for the second half. We're going to be back in about 9 minutes. I invite you to join us back for the second half of the game between the Sisler Spartans and the Oak Park Raiders. Got a great game going with, after one half, it is 14-9 in favor of the Sisler Spartans. Looking forward to a great finish to what's been a great day of football so far.
Broadcast Media program here at ATC is an excellent and fun 8-credit program that gives the students the opportunity to be a part of the TV, radio, and media industry.
They're going to learn the basics of broadcast media, so they're going to be learning how to be on-air people, how to work the camera, be technical people behind the scenes, editing, special effects, graphics. We're going to show them how to do films, documentaries, news. There's so many aspects to broadcasting nowadays. It's just not as simple of, I'm going to be a cameraman at a news station. They can do so much more. So we're going to teach a lot of different aspects of this industry.
Students work on state-of-the-art computers, audio equipment, professional cameras, and a fully mobile production studio. That studio travels from school to school broadcasting live events on the LRSD.TV online TV station.
The equipment we're using here at ATC is close to professional broadcast as we possibly can afford. Obviously some things are very expensive, so we can't afford buying all those things, but we're using professional cameras. We have a full-size switcher, which is very expensive. And we have a lot of equipment here, including a radio station that's using professional radio software, the same stuff you'd see at a radio station. We're trying to emulate industry as best we possibly can with what we have here. And I think it's really cool that students get to use these kind of toys at a high school level.
Students also get to work on LRSDTV and LRSD radio. This will give students hands-on opportunities and real experiences that you would find on a professional job site.
We actually are creating a TV station here and a radio station for students to hone their skills. The best way to do it is continuing to do it hands-on. So one of the things that we do a lot of are sporting events for television, and we're going to be starting our radio program this year where students will actually be on the air and be able to be heard by family and friends on the internet.
It's because of opportunities like this that makes the students excited to be part of this program.
I would really say that this program has a lot to give. They teach you everything in every single detail, the theory part, the practical things, and also you get to meet a lot of new people over here. You get to make contacts, you get to know about the industry a lot. So it's a really good program if you're thinking about going in photography or videography things.
So much in this course that you just don't know before you take it. Like, you don't really know broadcasting is a job. Maybe you do, I don't know. I learned everything about post-production. The teacher is great, he has experience in the industry, and we use great equipment.
By the end of the program, the goal is to prepare students for a career in the broadcasting industry, or to move on to post-secondary education. Students can go on a 4-week work experience. Thanks to the experience they get here using professional equipment and broadcasting sporting events, students have the opportunity to get a job in the industry and find entry-level employment in the field as general operators, television assistants, camera operators, editors, and more.
Now I work for Dome Productions that works under TSN, and they do sports such as the Jets and the Bombers. So Mr. P gave out my name to TSN and got me the job for the Bombers, and I did Parab. So they liked me, and I ended up getting another job with the Jets. So I do the score bug for them.
You want to join this exciting program? Go to our website or call us at 204-237-8951.
Okay, and we're now here with Coach Chad McCain from the Oak Park team. Now tell us, what will be the next half for you guys? What's your strategy?
We just got to cut out our mistakes right now. That's all we were talking to the guys about at halftime. Stop those mistakes. One bad turnover down there led to this touchdown at the end. We cut those out, we'll be fine.
So we're giving it now all to win now?
Oh, yeah. We told the guys too. We got a few guys going both ways. They got to basically check it and get it done. That's what we're doing.
Okay, sir, I wish you the best of luck. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And going back to our host. I don't know what it...
And welcome back to the second half of our third game today at Investors Group Field. Winnipeg High School Football League action presented by LRSDTV. My name is Brian Cameron and I'm with Greg Kisman, and we're looking forward to a great second half of football between the Oak Park Raiders and the Sisler Spartans. Sisler up 14-9 after one half of football. Looking for a great finish today.
Yeah, you know what? Sisler came out in the first quarter and were running wild all over Oak Park. We're able to march the ball fairly consistently and score off a 90-yard drive. Unfortunately for Sisler, they threw a pick six to get Oak Park on the board at 7-all. And then Oak Park blocked a punt on Sisler for 2 points, and then Sisler scored to make it 14-9.
So I just noticed something, and that's a mistake I made, and that appears that the wind has shifted directions, Greg. It's coming out of the north now after that kick, and fielded at about the 15-yard line and brought just inside the 30-yard line is number 3, Steve Koniak from Sisler, to have a great start and decent field position to start the second half for Sisler.
Yeah, you know, I think the wind swirls in this new stadium, so it's really hard to predict. But I guess that's why a lot of the teams defer for second half, see what happens.
And that's what happened in this case, because if you remember, I suggested, like, with a minute 30 left, why are they not taking the kick? And maybe I can see why now. That wind is up significantly. So Koniak continues in the shotgun, hands off to Desjardins, who will find some room and cut back to the right and get up to about the 40-yard line. About 7-8 yards on the play.
Sneeze me in on tackle number 57. I guess that's a bread and butter play. I wonder if they call that in huddle. Bread and butter. Break?
Desjardins lines behind Koniak again, and another high snap, but down, and Desjardins gets it. I think they're going to be just still short. Well, maybe with that drive, we'll be close to the first down.
Yeah, you're not down until you're down, right?
And until you hear that whistle.
A little bit of Hoggies getting in behind them and giving them a push.
Yeah, they are giving a first down. So Sisler will continue to move the ball in their first series of the second half.
Oak Park still with 3 down linemen, 2 stand-up ends, like a 52 front.
Desjardins gets the ball, but this time read much better by the Oak Park front line, and he will only get about 2-3 yards on the play.
What I like about Desjardins is he was already kind of going down, but he was the hammer, not the nail. There's another tackle in front of him, and he delivered the pop. He didn't wait for the defender to come up and pop him.
That's right. Second and 8 from their own 45-yard line. Koniak continues to work in the shotgun with Desjardins behind him, but this time he looks to throw, and he will throw the ball up to the sideline to number 10, just outside of his reach. He was looking for number 10, Tony Ramos.
It was a good throw. It just, it's hard to throw over top of the defender to the outside of the receiver on that type of pattern.
Has to be thrown just right.
Yep. Earlier in the game, they connected on one, and it was a big gain. So
3rd and 8. So the Sisler Spartans will choose to punt. I'll tell you, Tyler Koniak is a busy young man as he punts.
Plays quarterback, plays corner. Doesn't come off the field too much.
No. Ball's up high, though. A short kick on this one, and they're going to call this one dead right away.
Yeah, it didn't go very far, so instead of risking player injury, they'll just blow it dead.
So Oak Park will take over from their own 50-yard line with 9:22 in the third quarter left, pardon me.
I think you're right, Brian. I think that wind's picking up a little bit from the north. It might have switched around here a little bit.
Well, we're sure feeling it up here.
Got to wear the gloves.
Yep. Fortunately, we both have a little extra insulation, so we'll be okay. So 1st and 10 for Oak Park's first possession of the second half. Hubbard hands off to number 14. Eric Rivera Ospina. Might have got a yard or two on the play.
Nice job by the Sister D just to contain all that.
And there appears to be number 50 from Oak Park is down. And that would be Cooper Carlton.
Well, you don't want to lose an offensive lineman at any point in the season or game, but forces somebody else to step up and play a little bit of two-way. So we'll be broadcasting tomorrow as well. We'll have 3 games on tap. At 3 p.m. we have the Tech Box Hornets versus the Beaver Bray Broncos. Tech Box 1-4. Beaver Bray is 5-0, and that's a Curry Division game. 5:15 we have Portage at 2-3 versus Miles Mack at 0-5. And again, that's Vidrick Division. 7:30 we have Grant Park that are 3-1-1 versus Steinbach that are 1-4, and that's a Potter Division game.
So we have 3 games, 3 different out-of-town teams also. The visiting teams all coming from out of town to play at Investors Group Field.
Yeah, the WHSFL stretches all the way from Fort Francis in the east in Ontario all the way out to Brandon. So sometimes these teams get on the bus, and I know Fort Francis from Winnipeg is a good 5-hour trip. So some of the teams get to see a little bit of the Canadian Shield as they go east.
So number 50, Cooper Carlton, comes off of the game, and by the looks of the way they're carrying him off, I don't know if we'll see him back again. All the best to him, of course. So 2nd and 9 from the 51-yard line, and Hubbard continues from underneath center with 2 backs. And he will drop back looking to pass, and he will throw down the right side, but well out of bounds and over the head of his intended receiver, number 17, Ben Boyko, was that pass. And so with 3rd and 9, Oak Park will punt the ball away. Also just noticed, I don't know if you had picked up that Hubbard is a southpaw.
Yeah, he's on the left-hand side of things.
So throwing that to that right side, of course, always a little more challenging for a left-handed thrower.
A little bit bad
Punts
step.
up, but a great punt from Presley Solar McKay. Great run back and finding some room down the right side, left side. Sorry, is Cognac.
Nice little right. He's got some speed to him.
Him and his brother are both a couple of great athletes, as you know, and as we've seen tonight.
Great shot of the ball in the air with the punt. Coming to you right in your living room or in front of your computer.
So information from the Sisler coach is that Stephen is a sophomore playing on a varsity team. Handoff again to Desjardins. He'll be wrapped up right away for maybe a 2 or 3 yard gain. So 2nd and 8 from the 37-yard line.
Trips to the wide side.
Koenig gets the ball, a tough snap, and throws it up, but play broken up on the. I'm looking for the number 21 from Ivan Mugisha from Oak Park.
A little bit of talk from the bench, Sisler's bench. I'm wondering if they thought there was some interference there.
Well, I can guarantee you that Mr. Mugisha did not think that.
I can guarantee that too. Again, we're seeing a lot of punts in the first little bit here, the second half.
So 3rd and 8 from their own 37-yard line, and Tyler Koniak will punt again today. With this play's blown dead, we'll find out what the whistle's for.
Oak Park called timeout. They again were missing one player.
You know, you've coached before, Greg. That's got to be tormenting to have to burn up timeouts for something like that.
Yeah, you know, especially at this stage of the season. I know, you know, we're dealing with high school kids and lots going on the bench and stuff like that.
And guys playing dual roles, I guess.
For sure. Or injuries happen, and you know, a kid is hurt, and you know they don't know that they're the back of that kid and stuff, or the backup for that kid.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of stuff. So, but you know, coming this, you know, middle of October, you, as a coach, it gets frustrating because you know that you've been working on this since middle of August with these guys.
And if we have seen a lot of that today, as the ball goes up and almost blocked on the play, fielded it, bounced over his head at the 40-yard line, and he'll be forced to pick it up at about his 28. Bringing it back is number 14 from Oak Park, and find a bit of room to recover a little bit, and tackled eventually at about the 38-yard line.
Ball popped out, but he was already down on the ground.
We do have a flag down on the play close to where the ball was punted from. To finish my thought there, Greg, throughout all 3 games today, I think we've seen a number of timeouts for what you anticipated, what we believe is not enough, or either too many or not enough players on the field.
Yeah, too many or not enough and stuff like that. So, well, you know, maybe it's also too some of the kids' first time that they're playing in Investors Group field, and you know, big lights and you know, stuff like that. So, you know, mental mistakes are part of the game too. Looks like Oak Park was called for objectionable conduct, so big penalty there for marching the ball back.
So that hits Oak Park's field position pretty hard, and they will start from their 23-yard line. 1st and 10 with 6 minutes and 40 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Hubbard hands the ball off to number 14 again. He'll find a bit of room and will get the first down and more. Tackled at about the 38-yard line.
Nice job by the right side of the Oak Park offensive line. Getting some nice blocks out there. Right tackle was able to seal in the defensive end, number 40 for the Spartans, allowing the running back to bounce it out wide.
So Hubbard lines up under center with 2 backs again. Pitches out to number 14, who will try to find someone. It breaks at least one tackle, will get up and continue to run, and gets about 8 yards on the play. Great move to the left side.
Well, that was determination if I've ever seen it.
Yeah.
You know, he just refused to go down with contact.
That was all, you know, there was a lot of contact along the way, and he just kept breaking blocks and breaking tackles, and eventually 3 guys on him, and he still finishes with another 2 or 3 yards after that contact. So 2nd and 1. Hubbard lines up under, and he'll pass, and right away it goes to number 15, and we should have enough for the first down. Running the play is Eric DuPont.
I like that on short yardage. You have a quick option right up the gut. Keeps the defense honest. I see a lot of teams today that are going out of shotgun on 2nd and short or 3rd and short. They're already lined up 5-6 yards deep. Now you got the quarterback under center. You hand it off really quickly. It's a nice option to get that 1-2 quick yards.
So 1st and 10, Hubbard pitches out to number 14 again, who will push up and get about 3 or 4 yards on the play. Eric Rivera Ospina has been highly involved in the offense in the last 3 or 4 series. So they're going to give him 5 yards on the play, so 2nd and 5. Another handoff, but this time, Bounced off, and Ospina finds some room and will break tackle and have nothing between him and the end zone. If he can make, one defender comes up but can't stop him. Touchdown, Eric Rivera Ospina to give the Oak Park Raiders the lead.
What great vision to be able to pick that hole and explode through it for that big run touchdown. Great job by the Oak Park running back. Just when you thought they had him corralled and were going to bring him down, he was able to pop through a little gap.
I mean, just sheer will. As we're watching on the replay here, bounces in, doesn't do much there, and then
just
backs up, makes something happen.
Just a perfect little sidestep there between the two Spartans, and nothing but pay dirt after that.
And number 9 from Sisler was probably the only guy who might have had a chance to catch him. That would be Andre Hayden. Did a good job at even getting close to trying to catch up to him, but unfortunately wasn't able to stop him. That gives Oak Park the lead after the point after with a score of 16-14. 3:47 left in the third quarter.
Well, we got a ball game, Mr.
Yes, we do.
Cameron.
You know, our first 2 games today, while pretty good games for the most part, were a little lopsided. This one's a little closer.
Back and forth, a little bit of lead exchange here and there is always a good thing in a game. Well, from my point of view, I can see that Sisler's offense has gone a little stale or a little flat here. They're not getting the big yards that they were getting before. I don't know if that's a combination of Oak Park just making some adjustments or maybe a little bit of a adrenaline rush for the Oak Park players scoring, taking the lead now. So we'll see what Sisler is able to do in terms of their offense and answering back.
Well, and these things do have a tendency to energize both sides of the ball, so this may get the Oak Park defense going even a little more. McKay has been kicking the ball well today. And then Kusina was coming back with the ball well himself. Koniak. Brings the ball up to about the 40-yard line. And that's where Sisler will take over for their next offensive series. You know, it's been a pretty steady football since the start of this quarter, Greg.
Yeah, you know, it's basics. It's good blocking, good tackling, running backs running hard. You know, it's what high school football is all about, and the best thing about football is right here. You know, it's heart and determination.
Koniak lines back, and he will hand the ball off to number 7, who will try to go to the outside to his right, and will find a bit of room and cut inside. End up getting about 10, 11 yards on the play. That will be, pardon me, Austin Milaniak.
So that's a jet.
Austin Balan, sorry, pardon me, Austin Balan.
Jet sweep, so change up. You know, Sisler's now changing it up, trying to penetrate or go wide instead of giving it up the middle. So trying to keep the Oak Park defense a little bit off balance here.
So from the 50-yard line, of their own 50-yard line, Sisler will continue to march the ball. Hand off to Desjardins, who haven't seen the ball for a little bit, but will get about 2 or 3 yards on the play. They're giving him about 3 on the yard, so on the play, so 2nd and 7. Koniak is looking to pass downfield, and he will throw the ball up in the air. And this time it is picked off by number 8 for Oak Park, who will find some room down the left side of the field and will eventually be pushed out, and with a flag, followed by a flag at about the 48-yard line, 47-yard line of Oak Park. Great read on the play. Let's see what the flag is.
It was after the interception, so the interception will stand.
Holding against Oak Park, so that will bring the return back, but they will retain the ball starting from their own 35-yard line. So great read by the Oak Park defender
Yeah, I think the ball kind of hung up a little bit. I know that the ball was initially underthrown to the Sisler receiver, but the Sisler receiver adjusted well and was in mid-jump to catch the ball. And number 8, the
Charlie Ringland.
Ringland came across. He had plenty of time to come across because the ball hung up.
So they will take over 1st and 10 from their own 35-yard line, leading the game 16-14 with 1:48 left in the third quarter. And Hubbard will pitch back to number 14, who will cut to his left and find a bit of room and end up getting 5 or 6 yards out of the play.
So Eric Rivera Espina, not only is he running back, but he's also playing middle linebacker on the defense. So I'm sure he's going to be a tired football player at the end of this game.
We're seeing that a lot from both sides because I see that number 8, who just made the interception, is actually out on the field. Or he was.
Yeah.
So 2nd and 5 from their 40-yard line. And Hubbard will again give it to Ospina, but he will get nowhere close to the first down, maybe 2 yards on the play.
So 3rd and about 3 here.
And Oak Park's Presley Solar McKay will be out to punt the ball. And McKay will get a great kick away. It will land out of bounds at about the 42, 43-yard line, and that's where Sisler would take over, going all the way up to the 44. 22 seconds left in the third quarter. Oak Park leading 16-14. And as you said, Greg, we got a ball game here. This is anybody's game by the end of the fourth quarter, and could come down to whoever has the ball last.
That is true. Both defensive units have really stepped up and are playing well.
So Konek steps back and will find nothing, so he'll duck inside to his left and then get a little bit, end up getting 4 or 5 yards on the play.
Somebody blew a shoe out there.
That would be Konek.
Number 15 from Oak Park lost his shoe there.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that. Konak's looking back and will drop back to pass, but he's being rushed on the play, and he will be brought down and sacked. And are they going to call a grounding? Yes, they are, and the flag goes up for intentional grounding.
Well, I don't necessarily agree with that. There was a receiver or running back standing right there.
Let's see if we can see on the end play. I thought it was a little farther away than it could have been a catchable ball, though.
I just think it's a sack.
We're trying to hopefully getting a replay. It doesn't look like we have one this time.
Yeah, the referee just canceled the flag there. So he's saying 3rd down here.
So that will be the third quarter. Oak Park leads 16-14, and we're going to have a great finish to this game, I think, Greg.
Yeah, I didn't see who got the sack. Did you, Brian?
I did not.
Okay. So good job by the Oak Park front four to contain and get the sack on that play. Yeah, smart move by the referee to disqualify the penalty.
Pull the flag?
Yeah, I mean, basically he's trying his best to throw the ball. So
I might, sorry, Greg, I might disagree with you on that one. I felt it was a little bit out of the way, out of the reach of somebody, or farther away than somebody could have picked up, but I'm not the one making the call, so.
Well, I know, I think as the game goes on, I think you're going to see Oak Park get a little bit more and more positive or excited about their possibility of winning their first game of the year.
So Sisters back to punt. And Koniak has a great punt away, fielded at about the 30-yard line by number 14, who will bounce off a few tacklers and get himself up to about the 50-yard line. Great field position to start off with for Oak Park. You know, we've said this young man's name often enough, Eric Riviera Espina, who took that that punt and brought it back up to about the 50-yard line. You'd think I'd know it by now.
Yeah, the only thing about that punt is it's kind of in the middle of the field there. You're given, it's a lot of ground for your cover team to cover basically. So you want to kind of kick it towards the numbers.
I agree. Howard starts with a two-back set and will hand off again to Eric Rivera Espina, who looks like he'll get about 3 or 4 yards on the play.
That was a counter play, pulling 2 linemen. Obviously, you want to get it off tackle a little bit wider. He's got good speed, so I mean, you want to get him to the outside a little bit.
So you give him a gain of about 3 yards on the play, so 2nd and 7 from their 52-yard line. Hubbard drops back, and this time he's looking to pass, and he will throw the ball to the sidelines and almost intercepted on the play as it's short of his player. He was looking for number 17, Ben Boyko.
I'm going to just interrupt you here, and that's actually Charlie Ringland in at quarterback, number 8.
I missed that.
Yep, you have to go to the public address.
We're streaming this on TV. Can I go to the... Sorry, buddy. So 3rd and 7 from their own 52-yard line. Oak Park will have to punt the ball away again. We're seeing a bit of a battle go back and forth here as to who might be able to break one, Greg. Ball comes down at about the 32-yard line and bounces out at about the 28, and that's where Sisler would take over for their next offense. So seeing a bit of a seesaw battle around the center of the field.
Yeah, it's just back and forth. Anything can happen here. Anything can happen to make blow this game wide open. I think the next team that scores will probably have a very good chance of winning this game. And coming on the field now late is number 14, Riviera Espina. Obviously, he's getting a little tired, so get him off the field a little bit, get him some water.
So this time, Tyler Koniak will keep the ball on a draw play. We'll move up to get about 4, maybe 5 yards out of the play, maybe even 6 actually.
See, again, that snaps a little bit on the high side. Just driving forward, you can see the big hoggies, big old linemen pushing from behind, getting as much yardage as they possibly can.
So 2nd and 3, they actually gave him 7 yards on that one. This time Desjardins gets the ball. We haven't seen him for a little bit. He will get about 2 or 3 yards, but it appears to me to be about a yard short of the first down. They're going to say, yeah, a short yard. And they're going to bring in the big boys and go for it.
Oak Park's not bringing anybody in. They're just going to stay in the standard defense.
So Koniak will keep, nope, number 2 has it. And we'll push and push and push and get up to about the 45-yard line. Fumble. And a ball fumble on the play. Sorry, we can't see that from where we're standing here. Oak Park recovers the ball and will take over from the 43, just between the 43 and 44-yard line.
Number 8, Charlie Ringland, was able to get the ball. Now, I don't know if he stripped it or if the ball was knocked out. Couldn't see from our vantage point here, but
it was carried on the play by number 2, Easton Montour. So 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line, and Oak Park will take over. Up 16-14 with 8:20 left in the 4th quarter. And Hubbard will keep the ball and find room on the left side and see what he can do as he moves towards the sideline, and eventually dropped and will get about 11 yards on the play. That should be a first down.
Nice fake on that play. Everybody thought the ball carrier had it. He hid the ball well behind his hip, turned the corner and got as much yard as he can, although he is kind of limping a little bit.
Now, was that Hubbard? You said that was number 8. Sorry, that's not Hubbard. That's Ringland in there at quarterback. So Ringland will line up under center with 2 backs and fumbles the ball, but does pick it up and it hands it off to number 24, who will push and drive and continue to drive and end up getting about 4, maybe 5 yards on the line. Is definitely 2 massive bodies trying to get something happen there.
Well, everybody's pushing real hard, both sides of the ball, trying to make sure that he either gains or limits the amount of yards he's gaining here.
So they're going to give him 3 yards on the play from just inside the 30-yard line. And Ringland lines up under center. Ball snapped, and this time he'll hang on and will go to his right side, duck inside towards the middle again, and get up to about the 25, maybe 24-yard line. No, they're giving him the 25-yard line, so that's going to be 2.5 yards short of the first down.
Oak Park coaches are calling for field goal, team.
Which, if they make it, will give them a 5-point lead.
Now again, this would be a great spot to fake it because it's 3rd and 2.
Ball snapped and down, and the kick is up. Field goal, and it scored.
Nice kick. Had plenty of leg.
It makes the score 19-14 for Oak Park with 5:44 left in the 4th quarter. Oak Park is looking at their first win of the season if they can hang on to this.
Well, Sisler elects to take the ball at the 35-yard line. So either a touchdown or 2 field goals is needed by Sisler.
So Desjardins continues to line up behind Koniak. And surprise, surprise, he goes to him. But this time there's lots of room, and he will find and continue to push and cross the 50-yard line of Oak Park. What a fantastic run, Greg.
Rumbling, bumbling, stumbling.
About 25, 27 yards on that play.
Can't even say it. Large and in charge.
Large and in charge.
There you go. That's a great run by Desjardins.
Great blocking up front by his offensive line to make some room for him. But once he got going, he's hard to stop. So 1st and 10 from the 48-yard line of Oak Park. And again, they go to Koniak, and Desjardins finds some room, and he will get about 8, 9, no, 10, 11 yards. That should be enough for another first down.
You could just see the Oak Park tacklers. They're just diving at his knees, and he's smart enough of a player to be able to put his hand down and knock them down before they can get to his knees.
And it is another first down, so Sisler will continue, and they've had 2 big plays in a row here. So they will continue 1st and 10 from the 37-yard line. Another high snap, but Desjardins finds this one, and he will be stopped almost right away. Might get a yard or 2 on the play. Now you got to be thinking, Oak Park's got to be thinking, we got to tighten up here with just under 4 minutes left in the game. They can't afford or do not want to give away a touchdown now. Second and 11, there was actually a loss of a yard on the play, and Koniak will throw the ball up to the corner and caught on the play, flag down.
They're going to call interference on that, but he made the catch. Beautiful play. Looks like he's cramping up here a little bit.
So we'll see what the flag is, but great throw and great catch. And I got to tell you once again, Greg, kind of reminiscent of what I saw last week against Dakota. You know, Tyler airing out a couple to his brothers, and for some big plays. Exactly what happened at Murray Field at Dakota Collegiate.
Never say never.
So from the 1 yard line, because that was a pass interference call against Oak Park, so first and goal. Lots of time left in this game, though.
Yeah, 3:36 left. I think he's just cramped up there. I don't think there's anything serious with Steven there.
They are helping him off the field, but from what we saw, we could tell up here, it looks like he was just tightening up, and maybe they can't get rid of it.
But great catch, great effort, overcoming the pass interference and adjusting well to the ball to make the catch. Well, they got number 2 in at quarterback here.
Number 2 is Easton Montour.
And number 1, jet sweep.
And he will take it right up the middle and score for a touchdown. That puts Sisler in the lead with 3:31 left in the fourth quarter. They take over 20-19 with the point after attempt to come next.
Well, Brian, do you go for 2?
I think you go for 2.
Looks like they're lining up for a convert.
And that's an interesting call. They just finished getting one from 1 yard line.
Yeah, I think I would go for 2 here, but I'm not on the sidelines.
Kick is up, and it appears to be good.
No, it's no good.
Okay. Well, that's a 1-point game, so now a field goal will give Oak Park the lead with 3:31 left in the fourth quarter. And you got to know they're going to put it out on the field, leave it out on the field, as they're going to go after their first win.
A barn burner. You might be right. Whoever holds the ball last is going to win. Looks like Oak Park is maybe lining up expecting maybe a short kick here, but I don't. No, they're not going to. They're going with the regular kickoff return.
Well, we have seen some stranger things too, in the sense of what teams will try at unexpected times, but I think we'll see Sisler kick the ball off here.
Kick it deep?
Kick it deep, sorry. Kick is up, and it's relatively short. It's going to come down at about the 25-yard line and fielded. Moving to his right, number 21 from Oak Park, who will continue to fight for whatever he can to be tackled at about the 32-yard line. And that's where, with 3:25 left in the fourth quarter, Oak Park will take over and see what they can do about taking the lead back on this game.
You can see on the replay here is good kick. Not as deep as probably Sisler would like, but you know, good job with the cover team to limit the gain. Good tackle by 24. So number 8 still in at Ringland, still in at quarterback. So Sisler's obviously going to have to be aware of the bootleg and those kind of plays that have hurt him in the last series.
Ringland back, and he pitches out to number 14, Eric Riviera Ospina, who will gain only about 2 on the play. So there's the 3-minute warning also.
Well, if you're Oak Park, what are you going to do here? Are you going to run the bootleg again, or are you going to throw the ball?
I'm thinking that they want to move the ball. I would look to a 10, 12-yard play and get that first down. But to do that, I think they really have to protect Ringland and make sure that he is able to get the ball down the field. So Ringland is going to throw the ball, and he does put it up and has an open receiver down at about the 52. Oh. Sorry, I thought the ref had indicated that it might have been a turnover, but no, that's not the case. So, pardon me, at about the 47-yard line, first down for Oak Park. Great play.
Nice pass by Ringland, finding the open receiver against the zone coverage there.
Ringland hands off, and this time Eric Rivera Ospina finds some room, and we'll get about 6 or 7 yards on the play. They're actually going to give him 8 yards on the play, so 2nd and 2 with 2:26 left. You know, they got a distance to go. They've got about 10, 20, about 30 yards to go to get themselves in field goal range. So this time they will hand the ball on the inside and will get the first down.
Yeah, I think that for Oak Park to kick a field goal, I think they want to probably get down to about the ball down to about the 25-yard line. The last kick was probably about a 30-yard kick.
Carried on this play by Eric DuPont, and that will give Oak Park another first down.
Lots of time left in the quarter.
And the backs up and hands to Spin again, who will find somebody, but tackled. Nice cover on the play by number 2. Montour from Sisler to limit the gain to about 4 yards. Otherwise, I think Eric Rivera Espina would have busted one.
He would have had a lot of room there. Nice job just scraping right down to the play there and making the tackle.
So 2nd and 6, they're going to give him 4 yards on that play. Ringen looks back to pass, and he will throw it. Oh, and it's over the head, and almost intercepted, but then right through his hands and almost complete to number 17, Ben Boyko. That would have been an amazing finish to the play. Got to believe they're going to go for it here, Greg.
Yeah, you're almost, you have to do that right at this spot.
A minute 24 left in the game. It is 3rd and 6 to go, but may not get the ball back if they don't go for it.
I think the Sisler DB was thinking running before catching there on that one.
He was gone if he had got the ball. I think there was nothing between him and the end zone. Big play for Oak Park. Ringen pitches out, but fumbled on the play. Picked up by Eric Ospina, and he will get tackled and lose the ball. And turnover on downs. Sisler will get the ball up by 1 point with a minute 17 left in the game.
It's too bad for Oak Park. They've been playing a very strong game. I mean, the game's not over yet, but I mean, it's just too bad it wasn't a clean exchange between quarterback and running back on that.
Now, there is a minute 17 left. There is time. Oak Park only has 1 timeout left, so there is a possibility they might get the ball back. But there won't be much time left if they do.
So from Sisler's point of view, you want to get at least a first down, run at least a play or two and get a first down.
And you know, they're not going to be passing, so target, Desjardins.
Yep. And this is where, you know, it's going to be 2nd and 6. This is where you want to run Tyler on Cognac on a bootleg, fake the handoff and run a boot with him. Obviously keeping in bounds, but maybe getting 6 yards or 8 yards and converting this first down here.
So they get 3-yard gain on the play, 2nd and 7. big play right now for the Oak Park defense.
Yeah, so right now Oak Park just called timeout, so that's their last one, I believe. So the clock won't start until the snap of the ball. So if they are able to contain Sisler here, they'll get the ball back with at least a minute in the game.
Oh, this time he's right. Cognac kept the ball, and he will find lots of room down the right side of the field, and eventually tackled at about the 38, 36-yard line.
I'm not going to say great call because I thought that's what is going to happen there, but he's so athletic and so fast. You might as well give him the ball and give him that opportunity to get to the edge.
I'll say it for you, Mr. Kiesman. Great call.
So that's a key first down. So now you got Oak Park without a timeout. You're able to run off 20 seconds here. Pretty much, as long as they don't do anything crazy or fumble the ball, you should be able to win the game here.
Hand off to Jarle, as expected, and he will be stopped almost right away.
You just want to go down here. You don't want to get the ball stripped out.
So that is 2nd and about 8. Coming up to the 30-second mark. Hand inside to Jarle. This time he's caught right away. Might get to the 33-yard line or so.
So Cicero probably bring on the punt team here and let the clock wind down as much as possible before kicking the ball.
So 18 seconds left. Can you tell, Greg, are they going to go for a field goal right now, or are they just going to kick it?
I would be apprehensive about kicking a field goal because you got to leave a lot of offensive linemen on the field. So I think what you're going to do is you're going to let a clock tick down to about 2 seconds left and not take a penalty and punt the ball out of bounds or through the end zone.
Third down, though.
He's offside. So now, with the penalty on this, the clock isn't going to start, but it's 0 on the scoreboard on the clock. So all you need to do is just take a knee.
Could they not just decline the penalty with no time on the clock?
No, because they blew the whistle and threw the flag. So
I get it.
You have to run one play.
Congratulations to both teams. Congratulations to Sisler on a great game today. Congratulations to Oak Park for making it a very tough win for them. Could have gone either way, I got to tell you. Sisler will go to 5-1. Oak Park will go to 0-5-1. Just a tough game for Oak Park. I kind of feel bad for them, to be honest.
Yeah, coming out in the third quarter, I thought they were really taking control of the game. And just one big play, that long pass down to the end zone there by Sisler, and putting themselves back in the position to score a touchdown with about 3 minutes left in the game. So, again, it's some high school football sometimes is just all about the big plays and taking away those big plays. And Oak Park played very well, but those big plays just kind of hurt them in the end.
So we are hoping to head down to field level for an interview with the winning coach. So we are going to head down to field level for an interview with the winning coach of the Sisler Spartans in just a minute.
Well, Brian, it's been a fun night. We've done 3 games. Earlier this evening, we had the Daniel Mack Maroons defeat West Kildonan. In our middle game, we had
Vincent Massey
over Garden City, and our third game here, Sisler over Oak Park.
Saw some great football today. A couple games where the score was a bit lopsided, but not representative of how both teams played. The losing teams did play better than I felt than the scores indicated. Great high school football today. Just want to remind you as we're chatting about this that LRSDTV will continue to cover Winnipeg High School Football League action from Investors Group Field tomorrow night. And we're hoping that you will join us. Just a reminder that if you want to catch any of those games, that you have to go back to LRSD.TV and select the game that you want to choose from its feed. All 6 of the games over the past 2 days, or these 2 days, will come from different feeds, so you just have to select the correct one. Thank you for joining us, and we're glad that you've been able to choose us, and especially some of our out-of-town people to see some of the games, especially tomorrow, as we'll have 3 out-of-town teams from all around Winnipeg, so hopefully you'll be able to be part of it. So we're still hoping to head down to field level to have an interview with the winning head coach. But and that's how we're going to finish the night in just a minute. But on behalf of myself and Greg Kiesman, I do want to thank you again for joining us, and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. Okay, we're getting ready to head down to field level.
Hello, and we're back here on the field with the coach, Shan. Congratulations on your victory. How are you feeling right now?
I'm happy to get a win whenever I get a win, so I'm happy. It's good.
Okay, it was a really tight ending, so what are the lessons from this game?
It's something I've always sort of preached to the kids that, a win doesn't have to be pretty to be beautiful, so it's better to win. We got the W, that's all that matters. We're still in second place. Now it's onward to Grant Park next week.
Okay, that's great. So congratulations. Please go and enjoy. And that's from here, from the field. I hope you enjoyed the game, and throwing it back up to you guys.
Thank you so much. Thank you.